Welcome to Edinboro Television. I'm Sierra Holman.
And I'm Taylor Buffington, and this is your weekly news update.
Students at universities see the online discussion boards that are used daily on their portals, just like the students at Edinboro University see on their D2L portals. ETV's Leslie Schaefer sat down with a professor who just published more of her work in the International Journal of Scientific Research and Education and discussed how the online learning environment gives a helping hand to students.
Does academic level affect student perceptions of threaded discussions and online learning? Dr. Linda Best, professor of early childhood and reading at Edinboro University, answered that very question in her third article about student perceptions in the online learning environment.
I was curious about, do students differ in their perceptions of using online threaded discussions or class discussions in relation to freshmen, sophomore, graduate students, doctoral students?
After recognizing her students' perceptions to the online learning environment, Bess wanted to find out more and collect her findings to show other researchers.
I was finding that the undergraduate students were posting a great deal to the online class discussions. They were very lengthy in their response, a lot of quality, depth in their response. They seemed to be very eager.
Dr. Daniel Shelley, a professor at Robert Morris University, worked with Best on the article, and Best explains how their research prior to the article brought a grant to Edinboro.
But in 1999, 2000 to 2004, Dr. Shelley and I were co-directors of a Preparing Tomorrow's Teachers to Use Technology grant. It was designed as a research grant. It was a $1.7 million grant that was awarded to the university. And as co-directors, it was our job to help faculty learn and embrace to use the tools of technology.
With the new generation becoming involved more with technology, Bess teased on her new piece of research.
I'm moving for my new research. It's actually already in the proposal stages. I have a manuscript that I actually is titled for a whole series on online discussions. For online learners. And we're going to be looking at the learning community. So how do you embrace the online forums as a form of community?
Reporting for ETV, I'm Leslie Schaefer.
Are you a student who has the next great idea for a business? Pennsylvania college students have the opportunity to compete in state business competition held by the State System Business Plan Competition Committee. This competition is for a chance for students to show off their business ideas. Drew Patrick spoke with Dr. Melissa Gibson about this event and the benefits of competing.
So the business plan is something that's going to be judged by outside evaluators to see which student or team of students has the best idea that they would like to turn into a business. And the business has to be a business that would be located in the state of Pennsylvania. The top prize is $10,000, and then there are lower level prizes, but the $10,000 could be used for developing the business, for seed money, for marketing, or for carrying out the business plan. And we've had some success at Edinboro with our entries being very competitive, and they're not just for students who are business majors, it's also for students who come from any major. I think this is a great opportunity for any student to see the business plan process and what it takes to be an entrepreneur. It also is a way for students to build their resume. So even if they compete but they don't make it into the final round, it's still something that they can learn from and have to round out their resume.
For full detail, eligibility requirements, and contact Dr. Timothy Few or Dr. Melissa Gibson. The deadline to register is November 20th.
October is National Breast Cancer Awareness Month, an annual campaign to bring awareness toward breast cancer and educate people about the importance of early detection. On October 19th, the Black Student Union Association held their annual Powder Puff football game to educate students about the disease. Donations were also collected as an effort to raise funds for the cause. After the game, students had the chance to write the name of a loved one of a current patient or survivor of breast cancer on a balloon and then release it in honor of them. For more information about breast cancer awareness and prevention, go to nationalbreastcancer.org.
Last Saturday night, Edinboro University remembered former student Harley Bolt through a night of remembrance and a tribute. Edinboro television reporter Sierra Smith has more on the story.
Saturday night, Edinboro University remembered former student Harley Bolt. Harley just completed her sophomore year when she was diagnosed with leukemia.
Well, Harley had a great, huge personality, and we wanted to throw an event that was just as big of a personality as she was. So we wanted to make it big and bold, and so we got the Leukemia Society involved. We've been planning for about 2 months now. As you can maybe see in the background, it's very bright and colorful, just like she was. We teamed up with Edinboro University's Panhellenic Council, and they worked very quickly to donate, and we got donations from the community, and we've raised so far, without even it starting, over $700.
Sox Harrison Stadium was filled with students, faculty, friends, and family who wore a combination of Harley's favorite outfits, flannel and tie-dye. The field was filled with banners of some of her favorite quotes featuring one of her favorites, Hakuna Matata, which in Swahili means no worries. Ashley Harris and Annie Deage were both close friends of Harley while here at school and organized this event to have one last celebration to remember her.
Harley was one of my great friends here on campus. Like I said, I met her freshman year, and we stayed friends throughout, even without her commuting and stuff. And I just want people to know that she lit up a room. She was one of the best friends, had the great advice, and she can make anybody smile. And I honestly know that she's up there smiling ear to ear with all of this, and I know I make her proud.
The event included snacks, yard games, memorabilia that featured halos for Harley, and a Chinese auction. The night ended with a balloon release where people wrote messages on the balloons and did a final walk around the track in honor of Harley. All of the proceeds raised at this event were donated to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Reporting for Edinboro Television, I'm Sierra Smith.
On Wednesday, October 21st, the Communication Studies Department held a Careers in Marketing Communication panel. The panel consisted of 6 Edinboro University alumni who currently work in marketing communications, ranging from nonprofit charities to Fortune 500 companies. During the discussion, students asked the panelists questions about the importance of internships, the necessity of a master's degree, and what the most effective channels of communications are. Dr. Golden awarded panelist Tara Musilinas with the Most Distinguished Alumni Award. At the end of the panel, students were given the opportunity to ask additional questions and network. Be on the lookout for future panel discussions coming soon.
The Academic Success Center Fall Workshop Series held another one of its seminars at the Baron Fornes Library last week.
Nothing else would matter. So if you don't happen to get this, then the world falls apart. So try not to think of things if you can prevent.
Focused on helping students understand their emotional intelligence, introduce strategies for dealing with pressures of academic relationships with other students and faculty, and adjusting to the freedom of living on your own. ETV reporter Brady West was able to sit down with Dr. Howard and discuss how having good emotional intelligence can benefit students now and after graduation.
Well, emotional intelligence is something that college students can learn while they're here to enhance it, but emotional intelligence also is very beneficial after graduation. So as I talked about a little bit during the presentation, what research has found is that people who have really high emotional intelligence, who have a strong foundation of emotional intelligence, they just do well. They're just much more successful people in terms of being able to acquire internships and report having more happy and successful lives. And it really makes sense because when you truly have an understanding of yourself, but then you're able to understand others, so you don't have that misinterpretation of information, there's not a lot of confusion. Whereas I think a lot of things occur because people just don't understand each other. And emotional intelligence really helps kind of break through that. The most important thing to remember when it comes to emotional intelligence is first seek to understand yourself. And that exercise I think really does work. It really is understanding why you feel certain ways, why you think a certain way, and then the actions, how all of those three things intersect.
The next seminar in the Fall Workshop Series will be on Wednesday, October 28th, where students can learn the importance of setting and working towards structured and realistic goals. All workshops are held in room 201 on the second floor of the Baron Forness Library.
The Locked Room phenomenon is coming to Edinboro as a part of the Department of History, Anthropology, and World Languages Archaeology Month. The Locked Room event, The Mummy's Curse, will lock teams of 3 willing student participants into a room where they will have to use their problem-solving skills to try to escape. The event will be held this Tuesday through Thursday in the Mass Lounge in Hendricks Hall. Students who wish to sign up may contact Dr. Stacy Dunn at sdunn@edinboro.edu.
RAKE, which stands for Random Acts of Kindness in Edinboro, is an annual event put on by Campus Life. On Saturday, October 25th, various clubs and organizations volunteered to rake the leaves of the residents in the Edinboro community. 2 shifts were offered the students. The first was 9 to 11:30, and the second was 12:30 to 3. Typically, elderly get the priority, and then students knock on doors to ask people if they would like their lawns raked. To participate in Rake in the future, you can contact the Community Outreach Center at 814-732-1720.
October 25th, students and the general public gathered together at Diebold Center for the Performing Arts to enjoy Edinboro Laugh Rides Performing Company's last Macbeth show. Macbeth is a play written by Shakespeare, a well-known playwright and poet. The show was directed by Jeff List and Rob Connick. Laugh Riot provides performances and educational opportunities to students on campus. If you are interested in auditioning for upcoming shows or want to know what the next shows will be, you can head over to laughrioterie.com to see a full schedule of upcoming shows and get information on auditions.
Coming up in the national news, civil game of dice that turns deadly at State University. Stay tuned.